Over the course of time, the lens of feminist literary criticism has evolved as society has, and the societal norms of women have as well. Three waves of feminist theory have been created in order to change the theory from the 1700s to modern-day life. The first wave is attributed to the time period of the 1700s to the early 1900s. This wave includes analyzing the inequality present between the sexes as well as great emphasis on the women's suffrage movement. The women's suffrage movement was the fight for gender equality with allowing women the right to vote. This movement ultimately led to the passing of the 19th Amendment. Additionally, the second wave became prominent within the 1960s to the 1970s. While this was around the time of the Second World War, this wave focuses on the struggles that are faced by the common woman. The woman that is being focused on is the straight white woman, which truly reflects the discrimination of that time period. The focus was only on white women, not taking into account any women of minority. The third wave of feminism focuses on the 1990s to present day being the most modern. This wave is all-inclusive, analyzing the injustices faced by all women with the inclusivity of all races. The third wave acknowledges that women of all shapes, sizes, and colors face injustices in life, and these injustices may vary based on these differences. Othello by William Shakespeare can be deeply analyzed using feminist literary criticism, as the audience can see many aspects of patriarchy and female submission, as well as the female characters coming out of their insubordinate roles. Desdemona has the role of being the pure and submissive wife to Othello, as she fulfills the role until her death. She follows every step behind him and rarely has her own way of thinking without being influenced by a man. On the other hand, Emilia uses her voice to defend her thoughts on Desdemona's death and does not allow herself to be built into the mold of being inferior to the men around her. She acts as a foil to Desdemona as she becomes stronger throughout the course of the play. The feminist theory would be completely applicable to Emilia as she consistently fights for her voice to be heard and refuses to be dismissed by men. In her final moments, Emilia displays the loss of any fear she may have had previously. In a room of powerful men, she is able to speak freely instead of allowing them to make their own conclusions, as she knows that she has a valid opinion. As the last central female character, Bianca displays herself to be very opinionated throughout the duration of the play. During this time, women were not allowed to voice their opinion, especially to a man. However, Bianca speaks freely and gives her opinion to Cassio in a public setting. In not being afraid to do so, she is eliminating the fear of being persecuted for her actions.